Australia is almost the size of the United States. Huge areas of land with almost no towns, no farms, and barely any people at all. Today, we're going to explore why 95% of this massive country is basically empty, and why most Australians live in just a few coastal cities. Australia has a population of only around 27 million people, less than the state of Texas and California combined. If Australians were evenly spread across the land, every person would literally have kilometers of space to themselves. But that's not what actually happens. Nearly everyone lives around the edges of the continent, especially on the east and southeast coast. About 85% of Australians live within 50 kilometers of the ocean. Cities like Sydney, Melbourne, Brisbane, and Perth sit right on the coastline. These areas have better weather, more water, and easier access to transportation. But the moment you go inland, the environment changes dramatically. Central Australia is dominated by vast deserts and dry plains. This region is called the Outback, and it's one of the driest inhabited areas on the planet. Rain is extremely rare, temperatures can reach 50 degrees Celsius, and the soil is ancient and nutrient-poor. The landscape looks endless, but it's incredibly difficult for humans to live or grow food there. Australia is also one of the oldest continents geologically, which means its mountains have eroded and its soil no longer contains many nutrients. Only about 6% of the land is considered suitable for farming. That's less than almost any major developed country. Because growing crops is so difficult, most agriculture focuses on livestock, especially cattle and sheep, spread over enormous grazing lands. These farms are so large that some ranches are bigger than entire countries, yet only a few workers live there. Water is another major reason the interior remains empty. Australia receives very little rainfall, and its major river system, the Murray-Darling Basin, carries only a fraction of the water of rivers in other continents. Major droughts can dry up lakes, rivers, and farmland for years at a time. Between unpredictable climate and extreme temperatures, permanent settlement has always been a challenge. Even historically, Europeans struggled to explore Australia's interior. Early settlers found the land almost impossible to farm, and most development stayed near the coasts. Over time, mining towns appeared in remote areas. But these are temporary communities focused on extracting minerals like iron ore, gold, and uranium. When the mines shut down, people leave, and the land goes quiet again. Despite all of this emptiness, Australia is actually one of the wealthiest countries in the world. Its natural resources power industries across Asia and beyond. But this wealth doesn't create permanent inland cities. It only reinforces the pattern of living near the ocean, where the climate is easier and infrastructure already exists. Looking forward, climate change could make the interior even more extreme. Hotter temperatures and more frequent droughts may push people even closer to coastal cities. However, some experts believe the empty outback might one day become home to massive, renewable energy projects, especially solar farms, turning empty land into a global energy source. In the end, Australia's emptiness isn't a failure. It's part of what makes the continent unique. The interior remains one of the last great open spaces on Earth, wild, tough, and untouched. While most of the world becomes more crowded every year, Australia remains a reminder of how powerful nature still is. Huge, silent, and almost entirely empty. Thanks for watching. And tell us in the comments, would you choose to live along the beautiful Australian coast, or deep inside the endless outback?